My fellow Americans, my name is George Wilson. I am running for the President of the United States in the 2020 election on next year. I want to say good evening to you all. There's a few things I wanted to get off my chest in watching the news and watching this president, Donald Trump, and his rhetorics and his completely coming unglued and unwired, and some of the things you hear this president say on national television, and even at his rallies. One of the things I want to talk about is, and I'm not in a judgment position at all, but one of the things I want to talk about is, if you represent the United States as the president of the United States, then you must act accordingly. And everything is not going to go your way. We all know that. There are things that do not go our way. And if you don't give the press any ammunition to attack you, then they won't have anything to attack you with. However, if you give the press, your White House press and other outlets, press, information, or something to talk about, then they will. It's no such thing. It's dark out there. Why?
I don't like being out there in the dark.
Well, you'll be all right. So, you can't continue to call the news fake news if you are giving them information. If you're acting like other than the President of the United States, you're going to give them information. You're going to give them something to talk about. You can't call it a witch hunt with impeachment when you have done shady deals, when you have went back channels and tried to hide things from the American people and using U.S. money to Ukrainians. And you call the money that you gave the Ukrainians money for their military or whatever it was, but there was money you given them to do an investigation on Joe Biden and his son. Now, I'm not doubting in one bit that maybe Joe Biden and his son is crooked. I'm not doubting that. Everybody's a double spy these days, or spies, or double spy. Spying for that country, and he's spying for the United States too. But when you file sanction or an attack on an American citizen, either home or abroad, that's treason. So he used executive orders and powers beyond his position as the president to do whatever it is that Donald Trump wanted to do. And this is illegal. This is not the way a U.S. president is supposed to act. It's not the way a U.S. president was supposed to carry himself. It's about the American people and about business as usual, and not all this fiasco that's going on, rhetorics that he's doing, and all this yelling and disrespecting the press, and especially the women, and all this cussing and this drama that's going on Capitol Hill. It's not necessary. You have to be held accountable for your actions. And this President Donald Trump, feels that he's above the law. And because he's a sitting president, he feels he can do just about anything he wants to do when he wants to do it. this is not one of the attributes of a president of the United States, especially from the executive branch, which you are in charge of the legislative branch, but that makes the laws. So how is it that you're going to make laws and you yourself is above the laws, the very laws that you make? How can you break these laws and expect the American people to follow them? Sounds a bit hypocritical to me. And the news is not fake, no more than the information that they're getting. Now, we're talking about the whistleblowers and, again, whomever leaked the story. Or, you got affidavits and all types of hard copies of conversations, of telephone conversations that Mr. President had with the Ukrainian president. These are all proven facts. In black and white, they're on transcripts. But he claims that all of his conversations were perfect. Good ones. And they were less than perfect. Make me wonder if he's even fit to be in the office mentally. Because in all of my years, and I'm not bashing this man and I'm not assassinating his character. I let the news media do that. And the journalists assassinate his character. I won't assassinate the man's character. But at the same token, as a U.S. citizen, I'm like anybody else. We see everything that's going on. We see all what the President of the United States is doing. Shady backroom deals, talking to other countries about U.S. business, spying on, sending spies in other countries to spy on the former Vice President of the United States and his son. Huh? But nobody's talking about Donald Trump's son or his daughter and all the backroom deals that they're doing for Trump Towers and all his business dealing in real estate. Me yet to see his tax returns. He said that he's going to bring that to the forefront. Yet we haven't seen it. So to me, if you are hiding something, that makes you very dishonest. That makes you shady. That makes you untrustworthy. And you, sir, should not be the President of the United States. You are. But you should not get a second term in the United States as a United States President. And if I had any way possible, I would see to it you'll never get back there. You will never be able to run again as the U.S. President for the second term. Not racist, not biased, not partial, impartial. I'm nonpartisan. I'm not following the Republicans, neither the Democrats. And if the Democrats got enough information to put this president on his butt and charge him for treason, then so be it. The only problem is that it gets kicked to the Senate to indict him. But because there's a lot of Republicans that Mr. Trump himself has paid, and you got Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court as the deciding vote, if it has to go to the Supreme Court, he'll never be removed from office. He may be impeached, but they'll never get him out of the office. And this, to me, is a tragedy to the United States people. to the American people and to the United States. This is why the United States has now become disrespected, laughing stock, and no one's taking us serious anymore. If they had a choice to look to Russia or the United States as the world superpower, they would overlook us. And they would respect Russia as the world's superpower. And if you check history, Russia and the United States both were battling for that position to be called the superpower of the world. We held it for centuries. Now, I don't know what we look like. Again, in my administration, we're going to bring America back to its true creed, under God, where everything is run according to the law, to the letter of the law. If you want to see government run in a way that you've never seen it run before, but in a way, the government will be run in a way that you will never ever see being run again. Vote Absolute Truth in 2020. Words like lies, deception, lawlessness, depravity, and impeachment will not ever be heard in my administration. When you want to hear these words won't come up once. Not in the White House press, not in CNN, MSN. You will not hear these words come up in Fox News, ABC News, NBC News. Because these words will not exist in this administration, in my administration, our administration. The problem is we become so personal about being figureheads that we don't think about the American people. We don't involve the American people. We stop listening. They stop listening to the American people. As to say, they don't have any views. Well, that don't happen in this administration. I will involve the American people because it's for the American people. I will listen to the American people because they do have input on what affects them as citizens in the United States. I will try my best with the American people and the church to fix the wrongs that has been done to the American people. I can't fix everything, but we're going to work hard and we're going to try. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to try at failing. I'm not going to fail because I didn't try. Words such as truth, honesty, lawfulness, honor, loyalty, integrity, accountability, and righteousness are the words that you will hear in this administration. Words that we don't hear often. Words that it's a punchline at the water cooler, at the coffee pot. Words that the American people can't bring out of their mouth because they cannot call this administration loyal to the American people. They can't say that this administration is held accountable for everything that they do. They can't say that this administration, this regime under Donald Trump is truthful. They can't honor this administration. Now, there are some out there that do. And I pray for you. And I pray for your president. And I pray for God's hand on these United States of America, that he holds back his wrath. Because certainly the United States deserve the wrath of God. But I pray that he holds back his wrath and his anger and gives the United States one more chance to make it right. You don't have to be a Christian to know what's right and what's wrong. And being a Christian, a born-again believer, you know what's right and what's wrong. And when you got evangelicals mocking God on Capitol Hill, I'm speechless. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is George Wilson. I'm an independent, and I will be running for president of the United States of America in 2020. I will bring together with you and the church to bring this country back to its once greatness that it once had. The respect, the love, the pride of being an American citizen, the pride to be called an American, to be able to stand up and look at that nation's flag and proudly sing the Star-Spangled Banner. And salute the flag for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, I'm an independent, and my name is George Wilson, and I will be running for president of the United States of America. If you want real change, vote absolute truth in 2020. I will not hide anything from the American people. And I will expose those that will try. It's time to come out the shadow of those that want to keep us hidden. It's time for the light of this country to shine bright throughout the whole world. That they will stand in awe and said now and say the United States of America is and always will be the world's most superpower ever, and respected by our allies, our friends, even those that don't like us. Again, it's time to stand up, stand strong. Time to rise up, stand up, stand strong. Be proud to be an American. God bless these United States of America. and the American people. God bless you. Good night.